Welcome to the Common Good Radio Show, brought to you by Veteran Rescue Mission. If that doesn't get you going, you are not alive. You are not alive. You are here. We are ready to highlight the good in our community. I am Pastor John McLean, here with my good buddy Ron Arenas with Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. You're doing double duty today. Because because you're going to be guest co-host and you're the first guest.
So do I have to ask myself questions?
You have to ask yourself questions.
Wow,
yeah,
okay.
absolutely. It'll be kind of like a schizophrenic moment, but it's okay.
Being a business owner, there's a lot of those.
Yeah, for sure. I'm in mental health, so I'll walk you through it. Don't worry. But this would not be the Common Good Radio Show if I did not give grace to a very loving Father that definitely blesses us regularly and often, even when we are scared and not sure what's next. Something amazing happens next. So thank you so much, God, for that. And I thank him like regularly with the Lord's Prayer. It goes a little something like this. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. So, as I said, I have, I always, it's good. I love when I have you as kind of the first guest, Ron, because I go from a prayer to a man that I'm certain prays quite a bit in his life. And certainly it seems like those blessings have been answered in so many different ways. So,
oh yeah. I'm blessed every day.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I see it. I see it whether it's, in the amazing organization that you've established, the people that you have around you. You bless me with allowing me to have dinner with you or lunch with you and your wife. And that, I could just tell, just how amazing, just even the stories you shared about your family in that time. It's just like, yeah, God's been good to you, my friend.
Thank you. Yeah,
for sure.
Every day.
Yeah. And I wanted to switch it up. We next week we'll be having you on for the full length Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing time, but this time it'll be just a short little segment. So let's talk about what you guys have been doing lately within Picture Rocks and Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, and then maybe some of our future plans.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Everything's been pretty normal. We've expanded some. We brought some young guys in. We had 3 guys that just graduated from high school, one of them being my son, and we brought them in.
Nice.
So they started a couple weeks ago right out of high school, and they're out there sweating and doing the work.
Hard. Interesting.
Yeah.
That's cool. And I think what I saw also, a new truck that you guys had, and like that was real kind of like clean looking, sweet wrap, just like all your vehicles. So
that one that you saw was Ryan's truck.
Okay,
so that's
nice.
That's our comfort advisor's
nice
truck.
Nice. Yeah. And I also saw a job that Frank the Tank, as we know him, was doing, where it seemed like a real like high grade job,
the
like
whole
digging
house,
under the house, that type of thing.
Right, the water filtration system. I think is that the one? Or maybe if he was digging, maybe that was.
It was like an early morning job.
That was a downtown restaurant.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're down there digging.
Yeah.
Taking care of some drain issues.
Interesting. Yeah. When I saw that, it was just like befuddling to me, because obviously I'm not in that field, and I was just like, where do you even start? Like when you get to a job like that, and they're like, okay, this is what's going on. You hunt down the issue, and the issue is like, you got to dig underneath the building and kind of like get into these spaces that are nearly impossible to get into.
Right.
Like,
yeah,
what you as the business owner, like, where does your mind go in those type of situations? Like, we're just going to figure it out, or
no? We have tools that tell us. We have a camera that cameras your sewer line, and then there's also a locator that will pretty much tell us where that sewer line is. So that way we know where to dig. That way we're just not guessing.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'd imagine, but yet to me, it's just like, when I look at those things, it's like, man, that's just such an amazing on-taking that you guys are doing. It's pretty cool. And like you were saying, that whole home system that you guys put in.
Yeah, the water filtration.
Yeah, I guess tell us a little bit more about that, just because, I mean, I know a little bit about it, but I know probably most of our listeners probably have no understanding about the different type of filtrations or even water systems that they can put on their house to have clean water systems.
Right. So that's a water filtration system for your house. It goes on the outside of your house for the incoming water. So it filters the whole house. It's saltless, and it's also a system that doesn't use any electricity.
Interesting.
So it uses multiple filters that the water goes through before it gets to you.
Okay. Well, I definitely want to hear more about that, definitely being a water specialist in the military. But I guess let's give the listeners a little sneak peek. I'm guessing probably here the next 2 weeks to a month, we'll start putting some more information out there about the Guys Next Door.
Yeah. So something that we're really excited about is we're looking at starting a new radio show starting in the beginning of October. It's going to be called The Guys Next Door. And we're excited about it. We're putting everything together these next 3 months.
I'm actually interested to hear your elevator pitch. If you were to describe to people what the guy, I know I'm putting you in the hot seat.
Yeah, you are.
But you were born.
It's hot in here. So, I haven't put together my elevator speech for it yet, but it basically, in a nutshell, it's the two of us talking about kind of maybe the Monday morning quarterback. We were talking about things that happened over the weekend with the games and different sports, but also raising your kids, being the man of the house and different things that guys go through in different situations. And maybe we can help some people out, just from listening to some of our stories.
Yeah, that's a pretty brilliant elevator pitch. I don't know. You tell me, Candace, what would you rate that 1 to 10?
It took like 3 floors, but
yeah, nice. We're good. Yeah, we'll tighten it up more time.
But if we're going up 3 floors, that's a great elevator.
Yeah, for sure. And particularly, I definitely, it gets the idea across, I think, of what we want out of the Guys Next Door, where, where do you tune in if you want kind of like advice, or you want, opinions of, your average guy on how to raise your kids, particularly, me and Ron both being, from a faith-based perspective, but not like really a beat you over the head type of guys in regards to it. I feel like a lot of people, particularly, me as a father, I could use as many tools as I could possibly get.
Right.
And raising my kids and knowing what is right.
Yeah.
And doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's exciting. You're at a really exciting part of your life right now.
Yeah, I am. I really am. And you've been a really good mentor and a good model in helping me kind of get through those rough waters, because teenagers, man, those guys. Yeah, I'm talking about you.
Teenagers can be the most wonderful people on earth, or they cannot.
They cannot be. They cannot be. They can give you fits, if you will. But I say that because I have my 16-year-old son Tristan here in studio, he's our cameraman. So he's coming out of the bad side of it. I think you were the one that was telling me it's just like 13
to 15.
Yeah, and then kind of after they get out of 15, they start getting a little bit better.
Yeah, it was like 8th and 9th grade, at least for my boys, probably for myself.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah, I'm still working on it myself, but yeah, we'll get there. But we'll talk about all that and more. Actually, real quick, how can people get a hold of you if they want to plug in?
They can give us a call at 520-440-4069 or picturerockscooling.com.
Awesome. Well, you'll get to hear more from Ron Arenas because he's my guest co-host for the whole entire show with Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. This is the Common Good Radio Show brought to you by Veteran Rescue Mission. Definitely go to veteranrescuemission.org to donate or to help support our homeless veteran transition program. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to your grandma's favorite radio show, the Common Good Radio Show, brought to you by Veteran Rescue Mission. I am Pastor John McClain. I'm not your grandma's favorite pastor, but I think you have a cousin that thinks I'm pretty cool. So tune in every Saturday at 106.3 The Groove and Sunday on 10:30 a.m. The Voice at 2 p.m. Saturday, 106.3 The Groove at 7 a.m.
We think you're pretty cool.
Thanks. Yeah. I appreciate it, bud. Yeah, I think you're pretty cool too, man. Yeah, but it's mutual. Actually, I think everybody in here in the studio is pretty cool, and especially our next guest. Segue. That's actually that voice you hear, that smooth, silky voice. That's Ron Arenas of Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. I'm Pastor John McClain, and we're here with one of my favorite Candaces on the whole entire planet,
Second favorite.
Second favorite, absolutely.
I have to be your second favorite.
It's fair. It's reasonable. Yeah, my wife will murder us both. So
yes, this is why I have to be your second favorite.
Fair enough. We have Candace Eaton with C. Eaton Photography. I've said it before, and I will continue to say it. In my opinion, the best photographer in Tucson, possibly on planet Earth, maybe the universe. I haven't seen how the photographers are in Mars, but I've been hearing great things.
I've heard great things out of Mars.
Yeah, those Martians, particularly Marvin. I don't know if you know this guy, but Marvin the Martian, cool guy.
Oh, yeah, Marvin the Martian, yes.
He's been around for a long time.
Yeah. He's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing he's a really good photographer.
He's a legend.
At this point.
At this point, he better be.
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess we'll just, I'll preface, I'll set it up appropriately. Me and Candace know each other through the Arizona Sands Club, which I'm actually, maybe all of us kind of know each other, other than my son here, through the Arizona Sands Club. And I've seen a lot of amazing work that she's done. Particularly amazing projects. She not only is an amazing photographer and who decided to go into photography from a professional trade. So she was actually she was a real working person at one time, and she's like, I'm actually good enough. I'm gonna get into photography, and she's done a lot of great charitable work. I've had her do so many amazing projects with us. She's shot the radio show. She's shot our Common Good Business Breakfast. She just recently did a pregnancy shoot for my wife, which I thank you, Candace, for doing that, because I know it wasn't it was a little bit outside of your comfort zone, yet nonetheless, like Mark McGuire, HGH years, you just hit it right out of the park. Like that?
Yeah, that's good.
It definitely is not my usual genre, but it was fun to do, and it was fun to hang out with you and Candace, and she was great to work with, and we created some great images from that. So
for sure, yeah. And you just I love just your process. It was like seeing an artist in motion. Like, it was pretty cool. Like, the process was it was almost as cool as I'm sure the outcome's going to be. I've seen one of the final pictures. We haven't got all the pictures back, but just from what I've seen before, like we point out again, the Common Good Business Breakfast, the you've done the radio show before, and I always point out how you're just able to capture these moments, capture these scenes, these memories in a really special way. So I guess speak to that real briefly, and then we'll talk about some of the other projects you do.
I think it's just from a lifetime of people watching, and just getting good at knowing what people are thinking or feeling from how they walk into a room, and it kind of translates into working with people, taking photos, being able to expect when the look is going to be just right, and when the moment is going to be just right. And sometimes, I mean, you were there for it, where I was like, oh yeah, you keep doing that. No, don't move. Stay just like that.
Yeah, for sure.
You did a thing, and we're going to take a picture of that.
Yeah.
So.
And you gave direction really well, and it was pretty. I mean, real smooth. You really have gotten almost like a real good bedside manner. Yeah.
Okay.
I know you wouldn't think that of yourself, huh? But yeah, you do. I promise. And so tell us about some of the other projects that you're working on right now.
Oh boy, I got a ton of stuff up in the air right now. Good. I've got the 40 Pet Moms Over 40, which I finally come up with a cool name for it. We're calling it Dog Tales.
Okay.
Inspiring Pet Moms. It's going to be like a yearly edition.
Wow.
So that's this year's edition. And then I've also got the Sakasa fundraiser that I'm promoting right now, where I'm doing pet portrait mini sessions in a studio. When people donate to Sakasa, I do the photo session for free, and then people can purchase images after that. And then I just launched a thing this morning.
This morning.
Fresh.
Okay, there we go.
$100 headshots.
$100 headshots.
$100 headshots.
That sounds like a deal to me.
That's a screaming deal.
That is loud. I hear it from down the block.
It is.
Yeah.
Because headshots are really important, and I stalk everybody's social media and your LinkedIn's, and I know what your profile pictures look like, and the fact of the matter is, most people are out there catfishing everybody.
Oh, yeah.
So it is important that, especially now, how we do business now and how we interact now, people are meeting us online before they meet us in person. And it's important that our first impression online is just as good as our first impression in person. And a lot of people haven't caught up with that yet. And so I wanted to launch this for over the summer because it's Tucson. It's unless you're in the cooling and heating business.
Right. Yeah, you get out Tucson if you can.
I know a guy who needs somebody.
It's slow season for the rest of us. So it's good for me to pull in some business, and I feel like it's good for other small business owners and entrepreneurs that I interact with on a regular basis to give them an opportunity to like just update that headshot and have that first impression out there, and it gives people a more cost-friendly, budget-friendly option than a full branding session does. So
that definitely gives me some ideas of maybe events we can do around $100 headshots. You know? So we'll talk about that more in the future. But that's cool. That's brilliant, and that's super cool, and it's definitely an undervalued thing that everybody should have. Whether it's their profile picture, their LinkedIn, whatever area. Having that professional photo to be able to place when you need it is invaluable. So that's awesome. That's cool that you thought of that. And then any upcoming projects, ways that people can plug in. Like I know when the dog moms over 40, you're regularly looking for moms, regularly looking for people to participate in stuff like that. What type of volunteers, what type of participants are you looking for right now?
I'm definitely still looking for the women over 40 with their pets who want to participate. We're telling their stories and their pets' stories, and it's going to be a magazine at the end of the whole thing. I'm going to put together a magazine that everybody's going to get so that they can see themselves, on glossy paper. And so still looking for those, still looking for people to participate in the Sakasa fundraiser.
Okay.
It's a smaller version of a pet session, so it's for one pet. It's in a studio that I'm setting up for a 15-day period. And
how can people connect with you if they want to do that?
They can find me on my website at ceatonphotography.com, or they can just give me a call at 520-440-2167.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Candace, for joining us.
You're welcome.
Second favorite Candace in the whole wide world. This is the Common Good Radio Show, brought to you by Veteran Rescue Mission. I'm Pastor John McClain, here with Ron Arenas with Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. You stay cool out there. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Common Good Radio Show, Tucson's only syndicated talk radio show. I'm Pastor John McClain of that said Common Good Radio Show, brought to you by Veteran Rescue Mission, here with Ron Arenas with Picture Rock Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, the best co-host anybody could possibly ask for.
Well, thank you.
Because he keeps you cool. So, speaking of cool, we have definitely two of my favorite guests that we have in the studio. They're just there's the dynamic duo for sure. Denise Alvarez and Irene Coppola with the Better Business Bureau, serving Southern Arizona. You have to say it that way, because if you don't tag it that way on Facebook, then it's impossible to find.
Right.
So for sure. But today we're going to be talking about how excited we are to have the 2023 Torch Award Spark winner with us to share a little bit about her business, what the Torch Award process was like for them and what winning meant to them. We also be sharing details about the 2023 Spark Leadership Summit coming up in September. So the Spark Award recognizes millennial business owners and co-owners who demonstrate a high level of character, generating a culture that is authentic about its mission and is engaged with the Southern Arizona community. So that being said, why don't you, Denise and Irene, kind of fill us in and let us know who we have in studio with us here today.
Yes, of course. We're super excited. So we have the Regal Fierce media team here. Katrina Calderon is the CEO, and they were, as you mentioned, the 2023 Spark Award winners. So we're super excited so that they get to share the impact that they have in the community, and a little bit about just how Regal Fierce Media got started.
Nice. So thank you, Regal Fierce Media team. Like this is like a party that we have in the studio. Those that are watching on YouTube get to watch the show later on Facebook Live. You guys are seeing that that we got. They brought a squad here today. They weren't messing around.
Yeah, we filled up the studio today
for sure. But once you guys fill in our listeners who don't know who Regal Fierce Media is, what is Regal Fierce Media?
Yeah, so Regal Fierce Media is an all-in-one marketing company here in Tucson, Arizona. We are dependable, we're creative, and we're fierce, obviously.
Nice.
Some of the services that we provide include video production, social media management, advertisements such as social media ads, Google ads, and media buys. And we also do website design as well. So we understand that as a business owner or a marketing manager, sometimes you don't have the time, energy, or the bandwidth to really manage all these different people or projects, and that's where we come in. You know, we have everything you need all in one place, and that's why Tucson businesses love to work with us. You just let us know what you need, whether that's a new website or a commercial, or you need support with a marketing campaign, and we bring the team to you.
Awesome. So, with Regal Fierce Media, what really differentiates you guys from your competition, and particularly, like, what are the foundations around that you build that?
I mean, honestly, I would just say it's the way that we treat our clientele. You know, we're really dependable. We're there for them. We have follow through when it comes to all their projects, and really we're dynamic in all of the projects that we work on. And the biggest thing for us is that, you know, we're really listening to our clients, making sure that, you know, we really are able to pull together their vision, and ultimately we bring the strategy. And so that really does help us, you know, be successful in what we're doing at Regal Fierce Media.
What about in regards to the community?
So what really differentiates us is the fact that, one, we're a very young team. So again, you know, that really does make us different. The fact that we're able to, I know I moved my head. We're able to be out there. You know, we none of us have kids at this moment, so you know, we're able to be out there, go to community events. We like to go ahead and take a lot of social media content, so we make a lot of social media reels for the community. A lot of this stuff is free, and so when we go to events, people know what they're getting, and we're really quick with it. So we're able to make this content, post that content, and shout them out. So that really helps everybody in the community.
Nice. And real quick, I'm gonna turn it back over to you, Denise and Irene. What makes this, you know, this partnership and, you know, their place in this upcoming awards special, you know, for the Better Business Bureau?
Well, again, like Katrina just mentioned, it's really the impact that they have in the community. And we are always trying to get millennial-owned businesses, entrepreneurs, to make sure that they understand why trust is important in the community. And so we were really lucky. We had worked with them before, and so we were really excited when they got nominated, and then when we announced them as a winner at the event.
Nice. And we'll jump right back over to the Regal Fierce squad over here, the team, the cadre of people doing awesome over here. What advice would you guys give to millennials who are looking to be entrepreneurs?
I would say the biggest things really come down to, you know, coming up with your vision board, really knowing what you're going to be doing in the next 5 years, so that way you have focus, learning some healthy boundaries and healthy routines for you as a business owner. That is the most important part, because again, we're being asked all kinds of things as an entrepreneur, and then a millennial entrepreneur. You know, everybody's going to judge you for being a young entrepreneur in that regard. But if you have healthy routines, you set those boundaries, and you have a vision board, I know it sounds cliche, but I highly recommend that, just because again, it keeps you focused and on a mission. And I would always recommend having a planner, you know, speaking nice to yourself, being kind to yourself and your team, you know, loving on yourself is so important. And I always like to share that my favorite quote is, everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of fear. So don't worry, like, you got this. Build that community.
Nice. Sounds like us, doesn't it? A little bit. Very nice. It's interesting. It's cool. It's cool when you meet people that are on the same vibration. So that's awesome. I'll definitely make sure we exchange cards and all that other fun stuff. But one real quick, let's turn it back to Better Business Bureau and tell us about upcoming events you guys have. We have about a minute till we roll out of here. Yeah,
so we have our Spark Leadership Summit on September 20th from 7 to 5 p.m. And talking about fear, we'll have a speaker that will be talking about how to kick fear in the face. So you would want to join us.
That's the one.
So go to bbb.org for more information.
Nice. Awesome. Well, I guess one party note, Regal Fierce Media, how can people get a hold of you? How can people plug in with you if they're interested in checking out your services?
Yeah, the best way would be to go to our website, please, at regalfiercemedia.com, or you can personally reach out to me at my email, Katrina, Katrina, at regalfiercemedia.com. And that is directly on the website as well. And so don't be shy. Hit us up for anything, really. I mean, we're here to help you.
Nice. Thank you so much for coming on the show. And thank you, Denise and Irene, for introducing us to another group of amazing people.
Yay.
Yeah,
so excited to be here. Yay, guys.
Yeah, this is the Common Good Radio Show brought to you by Veteran Rescue Commission. I'm Pastor John McClain here with my buddy Ron Arenas of Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. We also want to give a special thanks to our sponsors, obviously, Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, Inspired Life Mortgage, Inspired Life Chiropractic, Practical Portable Education Preparation, also known as PEP Inc., Solar Source, Gap Ministries, Better Business Bureau of Serving Southern Arizona, Seaton Photography, Ericksa Art, The Marketing Corner, Action Print and Copy, Veteran Rescue Mission, and Home Community Services. We'll have all that and more after this break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Common Good Radio Show, brought to you by Veteran Rescue Mission. I am Pastor John McClain, here with my buddy Ron Arenas of Picture Rock Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. Keeping you cool
all summer long,
and even in like the fall and the spring and winter, even because it heats up every now and again.
Yeah, a little bit
for sure. Yeah, he just keeps you cool. I mean, I definitely feel like you make me feel cool. So that's for
thank
sure.
You.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, whether it's the support that you give the many different things we do, or just how good you make me feel when we're around each other. I definitely feel like a cool guy around you.
And thank you.
And I'd like to think you're one of the top 10 people I hang out with. So I'm very, very happy with the intentional choices that I'm making with the people around myself.
Yeah, it's fun to hang out.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
And another one of those people, I want to think she's slowly becoming inside of that circle of 10. Is Ericksa Art. She is a local artist and just a super talented person all the way around, and she seems to have chosen her art to express that talent for the time being. So it's been really cool, even so far, watching her journey and watching the work that she's done, seeing her creative ideas go from an idea to a reality. So thank you once again.
Thank you,
Ericksa, for joining us and for coming on the show and sharing your genius with us.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So for those who do not know what is Ericksa Art, who just crawled from underneath their rock in Tucson and they ran out of food, so they had to come up for air, explain to them, what is Ericksa Art?
Ericksa Art is my business, and I sell abstract art that encourages uniqueness and individuality. A lot of people would describe my art as Halloween-y or a little bit creepy, but in the best way possible. And that's exactly what it is. It's creepy faces, but in a very tasteful way. I'm also a muralist, and I converted a 20-foot school bus into a mobile shop so customers can walk inside the school bus and shop various items such as stickers, clothing, prints, notebooks, and much more. And very, very unique items that really tell what Tucson is and what the art community is.
That was really smooth.
Yeah, that was great.
Thank you.
It was almost like a JCPenney's commercial. I was like, I was ready. I'll just sit down and enjoy this. What's next?
Yeah, so my next projects are, of course, doing more murals and putting on more events for the art community and making more of a difference in the art community based on my beliefs and combining the business world with the art world. So doing projects for whatever fits, that mission and that goal of mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just recently, I know you finished a mural. Let's talk about that mural that you just finished, and then let's backtrack and talk about some of the murals you've done.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the mural that I just finished, it is a 30-foot, very, very tall mural. There's a big lizard on it, a big purple lizard, a saguaro, an agave plant, some prickly pear, and various abstract designs in the sky with the sun. So to kind of give you a picture of what it looks like, it's very colorful. And it's on an apartment building at Agave 22 Apartments. So the public can actually go and see it when the gates are open, usually like during the day, you know, not morning or night. But that mural took the best of me, and I worked so hard on it. It was a big challenge, especially learning how to use the 50-foot boom lift that I had to tow. And there was actually one night where I spent the night at the apartment buildings and slept in my truck because I only had a certain time period for the rental of the boom lift, and that was the next day was my last day with it, and I didn't want to drive home, which was 40 minutes away from me, so I was like, might as well just spend the night and knock out this mural in the morning. So
yeah, that's dedication.
For sure.
It was a big challenge, but it really showed me how much I could push myself and how I could get it done. You know, I was really determined. And I woke up around 4:40 in the morning and returned the boom lift at about 4 p.m. when they closed. So yeah, I was pretty close to the deadline on that one.
It was interesting to watch. At the same time, I was doing kind of a major project, going and sleeping on the streets and kind of like going through my sacrifice and my struggle of love too. So it was interesting. I felt very kindred to what you were doing, where it's just like we're just going out there, putting it all on the line, doing what we love and giving it all we got, and
going through
hoping that it turns out great. And it does. You know, it does, because we gave it our all.
And I'm sure go ahead.
I was just going to ask, how long did that mural take you?
I haven't added up the exact hours, but I rented the boom lift from May 4th to the 30th. So, you know, I guess you could say like about a month, I didn't work on it every single day.
Right.
Yeah, but she was definitely out there. That's if you're not following her on Instagram or on Facebook, Erixa Art, you can see this journey. It's super cool, whether it's her going through the process of creating the mural and the finished product that looks amazing. Especially this most recent one's my favorite of her murals. Not saying her other murals aren't awesome, but I definitely this one is just grabs me in a special way. It just resonates with me. To the project of putting together this little school bus that she got, that she converted into this mobile shop, to, you know, the litany of other projects. She sets up these mobile markets, and I guess without me kind of just going on and on about all the different things you do, why don't you tell us about, let's jump over to the school bus and kind of the markets you have just done and the markets you have coming up.
So I have a market coming up this Saturday at Sky Bar, and then I'm also having another market that I'm hosting with Groundworks nonprofit, and I love Groundworks. They're such an awesome organization. And the details for that one, for the market at Groundworks, is June 25th, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m., and the address is 2919 East Grant Road. Okay. So come out. It's free admission, family friendly, and a plethora of vendors that will be there. Yeah, and then along with me saying the mission that I had for involving other artists, that's a combination of small businesses and artists together. So I purposely split up 15 spaces for artists and 15 spaces for small businesses, because I personally believe that artists are small businesses, but sometimes, you know, other markets don't see it that way, and that's okay. That's how they run theirs, but this is how I want to run mine.
Nice.
Yeah. That's
cool. So remind me again, those two markets coming up, and with those are exactly.
Yeah. So
Sky Bar and then
Groundworks.
And Groundworks.
Yeah,
okay.
The one at Sky Bar is from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. June 17th.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I actually haven't done a market with the bus in a while because I've been working on the mural. So, I'm a little rusty when it comes to like setting up the bus really fast. Nice. I'm gonna have to get there a little bit earlier.
yeah. I mean, it's kind of have to like change modes almost all over again.
It is. It definitely is, because working outside on the mural, it's just, like 8 hours in the sun, and I got
I understand.
so dark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ron's like, listen, he's like, you're hired.
Yeah.
Yeah. You definitely, you did some hard work. I mean, I was really super proud. I mean, I tell you regularly, how proud I am just of
Thank you.
your work ethic, your ambition, your discipline, kind of your follow through. It's been really cool to watch your journey.
Thank you.
Let's tell us more about some of the previous murals you've done, because I know you've done one, and I think
Tucson.
partially kind of how we got connected with my buddy Chris Edwards.
Yep,
so,
Tucson Appliance. So that one was 11 feet by 53 feet. So that one was a much longer mural. And that one I did during the hottest part of the season, right before monsoon season, where it's absolutely... I mean, you would know.
Sure.
You would know how hot it is, and I was dying on that one too. It's the same thing, working those hours in the sun and just having the energy to push through when the sun is, like soaking it out of you.
Right.
Just you feel it.
Yeah.
So, but that one is also a very, very colorful mural. It features appliances in the mountains, and that was another challenge with that mural, is to make these appliances look tasteful, because when you have a request of, hey, can you make a washer look great in a mural? It's like, yeah, let me do my best with that one.
Let me go get my washer mural drawing that I have tucked away.
Like, it's such an odd request. So I hid it in the mountains, and it's kind of like an I Spy mural, and it's the outline of a refrigerator, washer, stove, microwave, etc. And then there's a coyote, saguaro. So it's just a beautiful desert mural. Yeah. Nice.
So for people who want to kind of plug in, other products, other services that you have available, what are, one, how can they do that? And two, what are those products and services?
Yes, the services I offer are murals, and then my products where you can shop in the bus. You can go to my website, ericsaart.com. I always love to do radio features, news segments, and articles. So to reach out to me, go to my website, ericsaart.com. And my Instagram is Ericsaart Mobile Shop, ERIXAART Mobile Shop.
Nice. Well, thank you once again, Erica, for joining us.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you heard, go to ericsaart.com, ERIXAART.com. And this is Common Good Radio Show, brought to you by Veteran Rescue Mission. If you have not gone to veteranrescuemission.org yet, please check it out. You'll definitely get to see our list of amazing sponsors, amazing organizations that make this show possible, as well as it'll bring you back to the umbrella of why we do everything that we do, the work that we do, connecting homeless veterans with housing. We host a tiny house village. A big part of our ministry is I personally, this guy talking to you, I go and live on the street for a few days, at least once every year, to locate and connect homeless veterans with housing. So any way that you can help, please go to veteranrescuemission.org, and we'll see you next week. Thank you once again, Ron Arenas of Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, keeping me cool.
Keeping everyone cool.
Absolutely. And God bless you all. See you next week.